All right, if you can't tell from my backsplash right now, it is Tack Comics. I'm back with my second part for the Comic Con. See if I can move some of these, get the books in there a little bit better. Little Batman dude chin right there. All right, maybe. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm back with my second part to this Comic Con. And there was a couple things I noticed that I forgot to show in the first video, if you've already watched that, and that was these pens that I was using. Now this is one of them right here. Sorry, this is the Aqua Blue, but we're now naming it the Hall of Justice AG Blue after my brother, and it's suiting for that, or suitable for that. And this is the red one that I used. This wasn't too bad. Here's the orange. I said the orange looks really nice if it's done on the cover where it will show. If not, then take from my experience my first video where the orange didn't work, and you know, hopefully, like I said, the artist will know where to use this if you get an orange. And then here's the green, and this is my favorite color now. I love this green. I can only imagine if I ever meet McFarlane, to get this done on a Spawn book would be awesome. And then this, I just wanted to show the difference between, like, okay, like this is just a regular Sharpie, and these are, the brand is Sharpie. Okay, and I learned about these pens from my brother. My brother, you know, he was getting signatures way before me. So, you know, I took his advice, and man, it paid off big time. So, you know, and my blue pen and my red pen, I left it with my brother, and my brother shipped them over to Murph, so Murph can use them. And yeah, Murph had a blast in too, so I had to go out and buy new pens, which is cool. I don't mind sharing with my brothers; it's all good. But what I want to do here is I just kind of want to show you the differences between the tips. Hopefully, it shows up. Okay, so this is just your regular Sharpie. See how the tip is? It's very fine. This would be called the fine tip, and this one right here, I want to, gosh, well, it's not going to be a fine tip. God, what is? They have names for them. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a medium point. So you can go with this type of pen right here, a Sharpie fine tip, or you can go the medium point, which I was going with the medium points. Now, when you get these pens, these tips are going to be white, so you got to kind of, you know, you got to take your pen and, you know, dab it like this on the paper a little bit, just to kind of get that ink to want to bleed through. Once it does, write with it a little bit, and just make sure it's coming out. And you also got to shake them. Okay, you got to shake them, because that's basically what these are. They're oil-based pens right there. I don't know if that'll show up. Sorry. Dang it. Well, just take my word for it. They're oil-based pens. I don't want to spend too much time on them. But these are the pens that I use when I get my autographs or signatures done from artists. And like I say, you can get them at Office Max or any office supply store. They should have them there. And yeah, they work great. They really do. They flow nicely. And like I said, I got so many compliments on them. It was funny. It was funny enough that I can go, okay, I guess I impressed them, I guess. I don't know where I'm going with that, but either way. And then, gosh, I just looked at the name of this gentleman too. Okay, yeah. I believe it is Doug Wagner. But this was a table that we stumbled across, me and Frost did, toward the end of our journey through the con in a way. And yes, it is Doug Wagner. And this is that book that is titled The Hard Place. He also did Plastic, right? But this was the book that we came across, and you know, Frost just started talking to him. I was just sitting back listening, and I really like what the guy was saying about, you know, about this storyline here. He wasn't giving away too much because he wanted us to be able to enjoy reading it. But Frost knew enough, because he knows, he's been hearing more about that book Plastic than I have. I've heard, you know, good things about it, but you know, I'm trying not to collect too many stuff that I normally wouldn't go after. I'm trying to get all of my back issues done and just find some, you know, really great art covers. But I am going to give this book a read. The guy was really nice. He signed right there. He used his pen. As you can see, like the thickness of it, it works for a signature. If I'd probably give him one of my pens, it would have probably came out good too, and I think the green one looked just sick there, right? So hopefully I run into him again and get that variant cover for 15 and get him to sign it. Here's another one that he did, which is great. So it's the same story, just different covers, of course. And I'm definitely going to give that a read and talk to Frosty about it and see what he thought. And then I found this is part of my haul that I got there. I got all these books for $1. I know this is a reprint. And what's cool is Frosty, joking with me, says, that's a reprint, right? I go, yeah, I don't mind. For me, I can read this one, and if I ever get the original one, I don't have to worry about it. But Hack and Slash was cool. I started to look at it a little bit in the car, but I don't like to read when I'm in a car because sometimes it does make me feel a little nausea. So I found a Grendel book here. Anytime I see Grendel, I pick it up, especially if it's at a good price for $1. I wasn't going to pass that up. I did come across one table, Batman Odyssey #3. I didn't have this one, and it's Neil Adams. The guy, when he saw me grab this for $1, he says, "Oh, it's Neil Adams, dude. You're gonna get him to sign?" I said, "Nah, I'm good." If I have Neil Adams sign a book for the price that he charges, it's gonna be on a book that I know is worth a couple $100, because there's no way I'm gonna do it on a book that's only worth $1, or I don't know, anything under 100. Sure, a signature like that, there's no way I would, because I'd be like getting any book signed by Stan Lee that's not even worth anything, because when you pay that much for a signature, you definitely want, or at least for me, I definitely want to put on a book I know is going to be worth money. Enough of the talking. I picked up another copy of this one. This is Detective Comics 826. I figure, I'm pretty sure this one looks really nice, and I'm only positive my other one is too, but if not, I'll have a better copy, and if they're both good, then hey, maybe I'll gift it to somebody, because I really like how these Detective comic book covers are in black and white. I love them. Now I do have a copy of this one, but it's always nice to have doubles of Grendel, which is really nice. And I picked up the Grendel books too, because I figured, shoot, it'd be cool to get Matt Wagner to sign them. And of course, I missed the boat on that, which sucks. If I would have saw Hugh, I said, "Hey Hugh, I'll throw you some dollars, man." I think Huey left before me and Frost, and I found, I found this copy, and I believe Frost found this one of the two, but they're both only $1. So, for me, this goes with my sorry. Gosh, my brain is not wanting to allow my eyes to send it signals so I can tell you what the company is, but it's Comco. There you go, see? Oh, my brain's working. But I do have the run of this, and I had #2 all the way up to the last issue, so now I have #1, which is great, and I have doubles, so that's even better. And then I came across this one, Gargoyles #1 for $1. Now, it does have some spine ticks right here, but if I'm only paying $1 and it's not that bad, it's just a few, like let's say 3 that I can see on here, then I'll buy it. I can still read the book, so I'm cool. But if it's on a book that I know, like let's say it's First Appearance of Carnage, or Secret Wars #8, I'm going to be a little hesitant about that, or like the First Appearance of War Machine, that kind of stuff. I think you guys know what I mean. So yeah, but if it's a Hulk 181, and it's not too pricey, I'll still get a Hulk 181. I'm sorry, I won't pass up on that. So that was the little mini haul that I was able to get at the con. So I didn't spend too much money, which was great. And let's go ahead and get to the Erik Larsen books. And then the last books I'll show will be Skottie Young and Randy. Now Randy, I had more books for Randy to sign that I had in my collection that I never took with me. This time I did. And there was a few I didn't get signed by him, but that's okay. I'm going to see him at the Eugene Comic Con when I get my sketch back from him with the drawing that he's going to do for me on there with my artwork and his artwork together. It's just, oh man, I'm so freaking looking forward to getting that so bad. Okay, so here we go with the Savage Dragon books. Erik Larsen, I love this cover. It has Hellboy on there. But what I was saying, I believe I mentioned this on All About Comics with Frost the other night, was that like, okay, with this, you see there's a lot going on the cover, and he could have signed anywhere. He could have even signed down here by his name, but he signed up here in the logo of Image, which I thought was, I was not even like, oh, what? I was like, dude, that's awesome. That's a great place to put it. I mean, I know you used the word awesome, but no, I was serious. I mean, for him to put it up there, didn't take away from the picture. And I know now if I ever go, well, where's his autograph? All I have to do is look right up here at the Image symbol. And his autograph is nice. I like it. And he was such a trooper to sign all my books. I mean, honestly, I had to come back. I told him, I said, well, here's the first wave and the second wave's coming. I told him, I said, I try to get it to where, if I bring him a set of books, it's going to be in one color. I'm not going to change the colors up on them. And he just looks at me and goes, no, hey, whatever you want to do, I'm here for you guys, the fans. And he says, I'll do whatever you need to, me to do. I was like, oh, that's great, but I still wanted to make it easier for him because this is the first time he's ever met me, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the last time he's going to, he's not going to forget me. And so like right here, he could have done it in the white, but he did there, and I was fine with that. And I like the fact that he was picking the places that he wanted to sign his name. I didn't have to say anything to him, and he was such a great guy. A lot of his I did have done in red, and I did have some done in green. This one here, I wanted him to do it in green. It's Hulk 346. Now this copy, it's a little beat up, and I didn't pay $8 for it. I can tell you that right now, I did not. But Eric Larson and McFarlane had a hand in this, so I wouldn't mind down the road, getting a better copy and maybe have McFarlane sign that, and then I can probably run Eric Larson again and have Eric Larson sign that one, and then get that one slabbed and graded. Here's another Savage Dragon. I'm signing green. It's just awesome. Because see, if you had done it green there, it wouldn't work. If you had done it red, it would have worked, but I wanted to do it in green. I just wanted to have like a different look, because I know I have another copy of that, and I believe he did it in a different color. And then here's the Savage Dragon #1, signing up there in green, which is great. And I was thinking about getting some books slabbed. Oh, okay, no, I got that one done in green too. Squirrel! Okay, I'm back. That was for Frosty. I was thinking about getting some books slabbed, but then with everything that's going on, and I just want to say some prayers to everyone in Florida right now for dealing with that tragic hurricane. I just hope everybody's able to get their families and their pets to safety, and I hope they don't have to go back home to too much damage. So I just wanted to say that real quick. I'm going to sign also. Eric Larson. But yeah, I didn't get any book slab because I know right now that with that going on, that's where, CBCS and CGC, that's where their headquarters are at. And I didn't want to send anything that way and have to wait. I mean, it sounds selfish, but I didn't want to have to wait any longer for my books than would be normal. And plus, I figured with everything else that's going on down there, I don't need to send them any more stuff or a headache, I mean, I'm hoping that companies like them and other big corporations down there are really helping the people there in Florida and helping them get, what they need, water, things like that, and get them to safety. Because around these times, sorry, I'm getting serious here. Eric Larson did it there, but I just have to say this. A lot of times when tragedy happens like this, there are people out there that do take advantage of innocent people that are just trying to get to safety. So, like I said, thoughts and prayers out to everyone that lives in Florida or lives near Florida that is in this community, or anybody in this community that knows that they have family there. My thoughts and prayers go out to you and your family. This was a Amazing Spider-Man book, 348, that had Eric Larson signed right there and Randy signed there. So that's cool. I love whenever I can find a book that Randy did along with another artist that I know are going to be both at a con, because I get them both to sign it. It's great. Okay, that's not it for the Eric Larson though. Here's another one, and I had him do a lot of the doubles because I figured, for my boy, my son who couldn't go because of reasons I don't want to talk about. He just. Oh, that one I didn't get signed. Okay. Oh, no, I did. Right there at the top. Because there was a few books I know I didn't get signed at the con. But I'm not worried. I got enough. I like that cover too. It's spot on it. I figure some of these books I'm going to give to my son. If he doesn't want them, then I know somebody that definitely will. And a lot of these books too, I mean, gosh, I was picking them up for 49 cents. I was picking them up for $1. Some I might have paid $3 for, but like that says $3, and I know I didn't pay $3 for that, because with the tape back there, that lets me know I got it at St. Vincent de Paul. So, there's that one there. In blue. And some of these ones, if I remembered, I was trying to get him to, take more for this. This one's done in green right there. It's just that little stickers there. I gotta replace all the bag sports. But if I had my head on straight and I knew I had my doubles, I was trying to get them in different colors, just so I can have a, like I said in the first video that I did, just to have a different look at it, I guess. See what color would actually work. So next time if I ever meet him, I know what colors will work on what backgrounds. So that's pretty cool. That one there. This is also a cool one with Shadowhawk. Savage Dragon appearing in there. Erik Larson. Sorry. Okay, this one here. I believe this is the variant to it. That's what Frost was telling me. Yeah. So this one here, you can see it's all in gold. The lettering and stuff, and up there where it says image, and I had Erik Larson sign that one in red, and I kept it with red. I didn't want to, like I said, I gave him so many books. Yeah, see, that's just the difference between these two. So I believe one's a variant, one's not. So that was cool to figure that one out. And it's like I said, sorry if some of these are duplicates. You're just going to see different colors, hopefully, on them. Like Frost was saying in All About Comics, man, if I have a book by that artist, I'm going to get them all signed. I had him sign this one also. There's a crossover, which I thought was pretty cool. I do have another crossover with Erik Larson, and I want to say it's at my comic book store, and there's like, gosh, there's 3 artists that signed it. I know Erik Larson was one of them, but it's a crossover book with the Turtles also. When I get that book, I'll show that in a video. It has all the signatures on it. And there was a Marvel Wolverine Presents. Erik Larson right there. It's just cool. It's Spidey on there. Now he did the writing in this book. This was one I wanted to get also. Excalibur, Marvel Presents, 35. Yeah. And then here's a Wolverine I had him do for me. Right there in the green. Now I think about it, I probably should have done that in blue, but the green still looks good. It doesn't really take away from the picture. And then I was really happy to get my Savage Dragon. I believe it's 35, because this is 35, and then 34 or it's 36, but the one with Hellboy on it also. And he signed right up there, which is cool. I wanted to go with red to match Hellboy. So that was cool. Yeah. And then this is the last Erik Larson book that I got signed by him. I love where he placed his signature here. It's great. I don't think he could have placed it anywhere better. He put it right in the center. Right there. And it's Savage Dragon 217 with Spawn on it again. Love that. Such a fantastic signature. Great placement. I mean, if you guys ever get a chance to meet Erik Larson, I suggest do it. He is just a really down-to-earth guy. Okay, so I'm going to pause this real quick and get my last books, which will be a small stack. This video will be a lot shorter, unless I do more talking. All right, I'm back. Okay, I'll save Randy for last. I should say Skottie Young, because this is my first time meeting Skottie Young, but I'll save Randy for last. Now with Skottie Young, he's also just a great guy. His table was set up as, first 10 books were free. After that he charged, and he might charge like $5 or $3. But he was a great guy. He was, smile on his face. He didn't look grumpy at all, and he was just signing away, doing free sketches for little kids and things like that, because he did one for Frost's son. But these right here, these aren't books. These were just like little flyers that got sent to me. I believe this one was sent to me from my brother AG. So I had Skottie Young sign that. I figured this one I can put in a frame, go up on my wall, it's cool. And I believe this one was sent to me by Cholula Comics. That's my brother from another mother. So I had Skottie Young sign it there, which is cool. And if you guys ever go to a con, and if Skottie Young doesn't come your guys' way that often, let's say, in your town or your city, you should go to him first, because he will have lines. To my knowledge, this was the first time I can ever remember going to a con where Skottie was there, so the lines were long. But if he comes to your town and city a lot, his lines might not be that long, because a lot of people know he'll frequent your Comic-Con a lot. But if you're going to meet him for the first time, I suggest you go hit him up if he's like one of the big names you're going to go see. But this is Spider-Gwen #1, the variant cover. So I had Skottie Young sign that. I don't have too many Skottie Young books, and it's not that I don't like him. His stuff sells out all the time. And this right here, this is where I say that orange pen right here, bad mistake. Bad mistake. If I would have had more time and his line was not long, I would have asked him to do what Finch asked me to do, which I would have probably said, yeah, go ahead and sign with another color. But his name is right there. It is too dark to see. But, you know, at the same time, I thought the orange would look cool flowing off of this. I should have probably went with red. Or, better than that, I should have went with AG blue. But, you know, lesson learned. But if I ever know Scotty's going to come again, then I will definitely take him this book. And I'll just ask him to re-sign it. And I don't care. It's my copy, you know. But Scotty Young, like I said, great guy. This one I had to take the board out because I had a hard time getting the book back in with the bag. But I had Scotty Young sign this one for me right there. That's why my board's off to the side there. Let's put it back. Because for me, taking so many books as I did, but Scotty Young I took the least because I didn't have as many as his. I can easily put these back. I had him sign AG blue right there. I could have went a different color, but I thought blue would be cool, and I like it. Like the fact that it doesn't take away from his artwork, but I know his name's from right there. That's cool to me. I was say squirrel. Is that like if I'm gonna take a few books like this, maybe next time what I should do is not worry about if I ask him to go back and redo that signature on that one book, because I'm not putting away a lot more. I can put away these real quick and get to that. Here's Death of Wolverine variant number 1, signed by Scotty. And the thing with these pens, though, if you use these pens now, use these type of pens, you do have to let them dry a little bit. So make sure that the amount of books you're taking to that person, that you're able to carry them away good to where they ain't gonna rub up against each other. What's nice is if you go to some of these cons, if there's a table next to them, that there's no one there just at that moment, because then you can kind of place it out a little bit and you can let them dry, and you can kind of be off to the side so they can still have people come their way and take care of them. With Scotty, I know I knew how the line was. There's no way I can set these flat on his table without people going, excuse me. I didn't want to be one of those type of guys. So, but there's been other cons that I've gone to with my brother AG, which was great because when we get something signed, we can walk away with them in our hands, go sit down at one of these tables where they'd be playing like Pokemon tournaments and stuff like that. They wouldn't be there at the time, so boom, we lay our books out flat, lay them flat, let them dry for a little bit, then put them back in the bags. You can blow on them, but I try not to blow on my books. If anything, I'll just wave my hand over them like this, try to get them to, dry, I guess. But these pens, man, I'm telling you, they do work so great. Especially this. These are the last books, guys and girls. I promise. This is going to be about 23 minutes, right? But these, I had the Ghost series, and I have Randy sign right there. And see, that green just looks so great. With these Ghost books, I didn't know about Randy on these books at all until, I think it was the second time that I met him, and I really got to talk to him. And he told me, he says, well, I've worked with Dark Horse on Ghost and stuff like that. And this was like when I was taking him all my Spider-Man books and everything I have him signed. I said, no, I didn't know that. So, here he's supposed to be my uncle, right? So after that, green's right there. After that, I went on the hunt for these books. And I started finding them really easy. And I had enough time from then till now to get a good collection of these Ghost books and get it for Randy. Like I said, Uncle Randy signs my books for free. He signs everybody else's books for free. And he does great prints. So I was like, I knew he wouldn't mind. And of course, as soon as he saw me, he didn't recognize me because in All About Comics last night, everybody saw I shaved my beard. I actually shaved it off, and I was doing the Wolverine thing for a bit, and now I'm just kind of letting it fill back in. But he didn't recognize me, neither did his wife. And then as soon as I started talking, they saw my stack. They go, "Oh, hey!" And then it was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And shaking hands and stuff. Would have gave hugs, but he was doing a sketch, because he's Uncle Randy. But as soon as they realized who I was, they're like, "Okay, cool." And then when I gave him my print for, my Spider-Man print that everybody saw a video back when, and I talked about I wanted to take it to a con, have him draw on it, he was more than willing to. He was like, "Oh, this is going to be fun," And I told him I'm definitely, it's mainly for me. I mean, to have him do art on top of my art is just blows me away. And, I talked to Mike Zeck about doing it, and that blue looks good on there. Blue looks good on this one too. And Mike Zeck said, yeah, he says, hey, I could probably knock it out for you today. He was willing to do it for me. And then I thought, I said, well, I've already given it to Randy. He goes, Randy? I go, Randy Amberlin. And he goes, oh, yeah, okay. Kind of like me when Frost was saying, Facet, I was like, I'm looking for a place called Facet. So he was probably like, Randy, There's a lot of Randys. These books I didn't get signed by Randy, but I'm definitely going to get these signed. And I'm kind of torn. I'm thinking red on this or blue. And with this one too. I'm not going to do green on these ones. Those are the only two books I didn't get Randy to sign. Yeah, back to the Mike Zeck story real quick. Sorry, squirrel. Okay. He was willing to do it, and I was like, oh man, that'd be so cool. So now that I know that Mike Zeck would be willing to draw on a drawing that I did, and I told him now Randy did it. Now, as soon as I get this sketch back from my Uncle Randy, I'm gonna see how much left space is on there, and then if I think it's enough, maybe for Mike Zeck to do something, then I'm gonna take to Mike Zeck and get Mike Zeck to draw on it. And of course, I'll have to go and get it back from that day. But I'm gonna see if he'll do the opposite character that my Uncle Randy is going to do for me. And I'm pretty sure if he does it to where he's in the background, it'll look great. It'll look just fantastic. And that right there would be, I'd have to get that thing insured, because that would be a picture that I would cherish for the rest of my life. I mean, I'm already just in awe that Randy is doing something for me right now on the thing that I did. I know I keep toot my own horn here, but for me, this is like a childhood dream. This is like your parents saying we're going to Disneyland, And now to know that Mike Zeck is interested in doing it, I'm like, hell yeah. And if there's not enough room on there for Mike Zeck, then maybe I'll have to do another drawing and then see if Mike Zeck will do him. Would do him. Because I know Mike Zeck he'll do a sick Venom. I even thought Punisher too. I thought Punisher would be pretty cool. But I'm not going to tell you guys what Randy's going to do. Randy's got a good idea, and I'm going to let him run with it. And when it's all done, then I will reveal what he did. In fact, if I know he's got it done that day, the first day of the Comic-Con in Eugene, I will definitely film it, and I'll show you guys all right then and there. Okay, but this is Tack Comics saying thank you again for sticking around and watching the second part to my video. I hope you enjoyed the first one. I do have a tendency to talk a lot. And squirrel. Okay. And, just everybody have fun out there. And if you got some Comic-Cons to go to, enjoy yourself, Don't worry about being over-prepared, because sometimes when you're not that prepared, you find that you get more done. At least in my case. I was prepared for this con, but at the same time, I didn't do what I normally did. And I struggled a little bit, but I found my groove. I got in there, and it was good to be hanging out with a good friend of mine that helped me stay focused. It's not that I lose focus. Squirrel. It's just sometimes, I I get too excited. But when I'm holding my comic books, I take very good care of them. So with that being said, enough rambling on. This is Tack Comics saying, rock on, enjoy your day, enjoy your collecting, and just have fun. Have fun.